We're now at the Download Festival with the Sophie Lancaster Foundation. Now, I always like to try and catch up with you guys. I mean, mostly because we just love all the work you do around advertising your campaigns on prejudice and hate crimes. I just wanted to catch up and, first of all, how has the Download Festival gone for you so far?
It's been brilliant. It's been a cracking start, overwhelming support from everyone. Everyone's saying some very nice things and investing in merch of all different varieties, and just being really supportive overall. It's been a fantastic display of support.
Because I've seen quite long queues outside of your tent, so presumably people are queuing up to buy. I mean, I love the t-shirts. There's a whole range of merchandise, isn't there?
Oh God, yeah. There's so much merchandise, and you know what? The community has been so supportive, and they have really rallied around us. The queues have been massive because they all want us here, and the community made that very, very clear that we are wanted here. We're supported and we're loved by everybody in the metal, the goth, the alternative community just in general. So it's lovely to see everybody out and in support of us and really making us feel very loved.
Walking with Sophie tonight, she lives in the air that I breathe. I can't get it out of my mind. How you were left to bleed. Was it how you dress or how you act? I can't believe how they could act so violently without regret. We will not forget.
So what are you currently doing with campaigns? And I know you go into a lot of schools and do a lot of education.
Yeah, so we've got sort of three main missions with the foundation, as many people know. The first one being to have a continuing legacy for Sophie Lancaster. One of them is to work with the police and to try and get alternative subcultures to be a part of their listed as a category of hate crimes so they can monitor it. And then the third one, which is sort of the work that we primarily do, is to go into schools and to tackle prejudice at a young age, because I think Sylvia's idea when she founded the foundation was that these problems are best tackled at the source. And, the kids are so open-minded. As much as they have prejudice, it's not necessarily their own. It's stuff that they've kind of learned from their peers or whoever. So if we can sort of encourage them to be more open-minded and to be more acceptable and of diverse communities, then it can sort of almost have a ripple effect for the future, and more people can sort of spread that message, and we just end up with a much more inclusive world. So we go into schools, we run workshops in schools as well, just to try and bring those prejudice out and then sort of analyze them as to say, well, this is what you're saying and this is how it could be affected people, and really do you need to have these opinions anyway? Could you perhaps even just speak to the person beforehand before judging them based on what they look? So it's all about sort of just teaching them to have an open mind more than anything else, and form your opinions what you will, but give people a chance regardless of what they look like.
And is this nationwide or sort of regional?
It's nationwide, yeah. We try and do as much work as we can across the country. We have done a lot of stuff locally as well, and it's particularly in the area where areas where it's worse, but the goal is to reach as far and wide as possible, and we've had some great support overseas as well, particularly in America, and the foundation not so long ago went to Sweden to do a workshop there as well. So the word of Sophie Lancaster is really, really important, and one that resonates to a lot of people all around the world.
We are the others, we are the cast out, we're the outsiders, but you can't hide us. We are the others, we are the cast out. You're not out there on your own. If you feel mistreated, torn and cheated, you're not alone. We are the others.
Do you feel that you're winning? And I guess even if you're not, presumably it's the point that you're out there making that message and talking about it and bringing it to the fore.
Yeah, I think we always go into it, if we can change one mindset, then we've done our job, because that's huge. That the impact from that one mindset could be 10, 20, 100 people even. So we go into it like that, and so yeah, we take everything as a victory from that point, and the harder we work and the more passionately we deliver that work, then the more likelihood there is of doing more people. So I think we're doing well, and I think looking at the start of the workshop and seeing the sort of stuff they're saying, and then at the ends of the workshop when they're like, oh wait a minute, actually maybe we shouldn't judge these people so much, and I think people, I don't believe that anyone is truly bad, really, and I think there's good in everyone, and I think that comes out a lot in these workshops and the stuff that we do.
As simple as air in your lungs, as simple as words on your lips, and no one should take that away. No one should argue this. Now with our heads up high, we'll carry on and carry out that we won't let them get us down or wear us out, 'cause we are not alone.
Because presumably the whole rock and metal community have embraced you and your cause. I mean, is it something that you tackle outside of this genre, or or do you tend to sort of stick within this genre of music that Sophie obviously loved?
Well, we tackle all kinds of genres. The alternative community is a massive community. Obviously there's metal, there's goth, but there's so much more to that as well. A lot of people use the alternative words, just to describe those goth and metal and punk and things like that. But it's so much wider than that, and we have people from all different communities, all genres of music, all sort of wide range of what they love coming to us and going, this resonates with me so much, and it reaches all corners of every inch of everybody, I think, and it's so important to so many people. And even people who might not be in those communities come up to us and are really invested. Oh gosh, I heard what happened, this is something that we need to tackle, and they're really ingrained in that message and really invested in it, and that we are out there educating against prejudice, intolerance and hatred, wherever it may be, whether it is alternative, whether it is in any other of the strands of hate as well. It's important worldwide in every sense of the word.
We are the others, we are the cast out, we're the outsiders, but you can't hide us. We are the others, we are the cast out, so not out there on your own. If you feel mistreated, torn and cheated, you're not alone. We are the others.
And there have been documentaries on Sophie Lancaster, but presumably the Coronation Street storyline must have raised your profile hugely.
Yeah, there was a huge influx of new followers that perhaps hadn't heard the story, people who perhaps remember it in the news vaguely and have reinvested their time and even their money into buying merch and stuff. And I think it was a really positive thing that came out of that, and we were very thankful for the writers for putting that together and for being so faithful as well to the original story, and it just goes to show the power of the story as well, the fact that even after all this time, even acted out on an adaptation of what happened, just how much it affected people is just absolutely outstanding. And I think that's why it has such a strong resonance, the whole story that happened with Sophie. And yeah, the support from that is still ongoing now. We still get people. Just the other day, it came to the merch tent. I think it was yesterday or the day before. He said, "Oh, I remember seeing this on the Coronation Street," and I've been meaning to follow up more about it. And we passed the tent. We thought we'd have a chat and wanted to know a little bit more. So it's still having repercussions even now, and it's been really great, because I think the way they did it was just absolutely flawless. I think that sort of long-term storyline they had, and it was obviously really emotional for us and really emotional for Sylvia when she watched it, but yeah, absolutely incredible.
Normal is not the norm, it's just a uniform. We are the others, forget about the norm. We are the outsiders, take up your uniform. We are the others, we are all beautiful. We are the others.
And sadly, you lost Sylvia, was it last year? I mean, obviously that's a huge blow for the foundation, but the foundation continues onwards, going from strength to strength.
Yeah, absolutely. It's obvious that Sylvia was such a obviously a fundamental part in the whole thing, and we miss her dearly every single day, but we do everything we do for Sylvia and for Sophie because they were passionate about this, and she used to when she did her presentations, she used to say how this was going to be a thing that they were going to do even if Sophie came out, she came out alive and she came out healthy, and they were going to try and set up something that could tackle it in the schools. It was always part of the plan to do this because it was not the first time she was abused, not the first time she was attacked. It was just this time that was fatal. So it was, it's important to continue that in Sylvia's name, but to also move forward and to find new ways to bring people in and also remember Sylvia as well. And it's just nice to know that they are, that they are together now after all that time. And I think that's a long time coming. I think that resonates a lot with people that come here, and they feel very, very strongly about that, but also find some comfort in that as well, that they are together now.
When are we going to get a chance to see you guys at other events? You're doing more festivals and events throughout the summer?
Yep, so we are going to be doing Bloodstock as usual. We're doing Rebellion as well, so we're doing so many more events and things. We're also pushing forward with education as well, and we're doing more things in terms of education, twilight sessions with teachers in order to educate them on how to use the Sophie workshop themselves and naturally reinvigorate that message in their classes, PSHE and things like that, so that the message doesn't just come from us, it's coming from the people who make a difference in education, the teachers, the ones who are delivering that day in, day out, so that students and young people can really see what message we have to bring and actually how that resonates with themselves. So we have so much going on, so much more to bring, and it's going to be a really good push into the future.
And so where can we find out more about the Sophie Lancaster Foundation?
So you can find out on our website at www.sophielancasterfoundation.com, and we are always open on our emails as well, so if you want to send an email to enquiries or education at Sophie Lancaster Foundation, we will always be on hand to give any information out of anything that we do, and just there for a chat as well.
Great, so well, thank you very much guys, and enjoy the rest of the festival.
We will too.
Thank you.
If you feel